Altria just launched iQoS in the U.S. for the first time. Their first market is Atlanta. So in Atlanta, they opened a store in an upscale mall, Lenox Square. There you can buy the device. You can also buy the heat sticks, which are basically the little tobacco sticks that go inside the device. Interestingly, you have to be 21 years old in order to enter the store. They check your ID when you enter, and they ask you if you're a current smoker. And they say that if you're not a smoker, then you will not be allowed in.
So already the market is extremely limited for this device.
Oh, yes. It's very limited, and you can only buy it at that one store. They will be opening another store as well as kiosks around the city, and you'll be able to buy the heat sticks at about 500 stores in the area, but you can only buy the device through an Altria location.
It heats tobacco. It does not burn tobacco. What do you get when you inhale? You get a dose of nicotine, number one, and then what is the output of the device? In other words, is there smoke or vapor that goes into the air and might affect you or your child or what?
They call it an aerosol, so it's sort of like a vapor, except it's not an e-cigarette. It does contain real tobacco, similar to a cigarette. However, it does not burn, so there's no ash and there's no smoke.
Presumably, then, you're not ingesting the carcinogens that come when tobacco is burned?
So the FDA, in its review of the product, said that its studies found that it produces fewer toxins than a cigarette. Whether that means it's safe, no. No tobacco product is safe. The idea is that, in theory, at least, it's less harmful.
Yeah, they're just trying to avoid it getting pulled off the market if people walk in and say they're not they are a smoker when they're not and then become one, but how can they can't scale something like this?
Force that either.
No, or enforce it. I mean, they've got a tough slog.
Oh, they definitely have a tough slot. However, the issue is that the FDA, in authorizing this device for sale, was very clear about the fact that it does not want new people to start using tobacco products. They don't want to end up in the same position where we are with e-cigarettes right now, where you have all of these kids who are using the product. So the FDA, at any point, if they determine that youth use is a problem, they can pull the product from the market. So every quarter, Altria needs to send data on who's buying the product, where they're buying the product, how old they are. So there are pretty strict requirements, and Altria will tell you that that's why, in their mind, it's worth the investment to make sure that the product is getting into the right hands and that people are actually using it. Because if you continue to use this and cigarettes, then there's really no point.